Hello there, high level listeners. Welcome back to High Level Listening, our English education channel here on YouTube, where we give you side by side British and American English to take your language skills to the next level. And today we have a very, very highly requested topic that many of you have been asking for a long time: job interviews in English. So, Mark, this is an interview right now. Could you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, wow. Oh, right now? Um, well, what do I even say? Where do I start? It's a really difficult question. And we know a lot of students have requested talking about job interviews in English. And we spent a lot of time thinking about how best to show you all the best language and vocabulary that you need to ace job interviews. And I think we found a really interesting and helpful way to do it.
Absolutely. So, we're going to make a series of videos focusing on the most commonly asked questions in job interviews. And then we're going to give you lots and lots of different strategies, structures, and phrases to help answer in a clear, professional way. So, today's question is a very common one at the very beginning of the interviews. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, that's right. So this question is a chance for you to tell the interviewer about yourself, specifically about yourself as a professional. So not your hobbies or your side interests, but who you are as a worker. So that includes talking about your work experience, your goals, achievements, and your professional background as well, which is exactly what we'll teach you in this video. Like always, we'll have the captions and the subtitles on throughout the episode, but if you want a PDF transcript of this episode and all of our others to download and take offline, you can join us as a high-level listening member by clicking the link in the description below.
Excellent. So we've chosen 5 key topics to talk about when you're asked this question, or usually people just do it as a statement. Tell us a little bit about yourself. This will help you make great answers and stand out from the other candidates. The 5 main key topics are going to be your aspirations, or kind of your hopes and your dreams as a kid, your education, your professional roles or your jobs, your professional experience or your skills, and then, of course, your hopes and ambitions for the future. We'll give you excellent example answers for each topic, then break down the language and grammar so you can adapt them to your own professional career. Sounds good? Let's get started. So, the first one is going to be your aspirations. Talk about when you started to love and be interested in your field, your skills, or this type of job. So, you can start with, I've always been interested in. Okay. I've always been interested in, and then tell people more about your field or your role. I've always been interested in technology.
Another variation of that is I've always been passionate about. Passionate means you have a strong interest for something. I've always been, meaning over many years or over a long time. I've always been passionate about education and helping others learn.
So you can use either one. Another example is I've always been interested in the environment, or I've always been passionate about the environment.
You can go back in time even further. If your passion or ambition started when you were young, you could say, when I was younger, I used to, and then share something about your interest in this industry. So maybe I am at a job interview for a tech role, an IT developer or software engineer. I could say, when I was younger, I used to be interested in technology. When I was younger, I used to beg my parents for the latest gadgets and computer parts. So that shows your passion started a long time ago.
I've always been passionate about education and helping others learn. When I was in school, I used to work with their volunteer tutoring program to help kids keep up with their classes.
I've always been interested in the environment. When I was in high school, we organized a big school cleanup, and every year I always looked forward to helping out. So again, it's a chance to show your passion and then support that with some experience, something you did or something you used to do. All of that makes a good impression. The second way you can address this question is to talk about your education. So what you did at school. at all levels of school. This is a way to show your academic background, which could be quite impressive. You can start with phrases like, I studied the subject at, and then the level, where I focused on, and then your area. So I studied it at university, where I focused on something related to the job you're applying for. So if you're applying for a business management position, I studied business management at Greenfield University, where I focused on marketing and strategy.
I studied computer science at Riverside College, where I focused on software development. So we've got some more examples. I have a degree in. So we said earlier, I studied computer science, and I have a degree in computer science. Now, here's where I think it sounds really good to a potential employer. I have a degree in computer science, which gave me a strong foundation in computers. So if you build a strong foundation, this is kind of what we're doing in this interview. We're kind of starting young and we're building and we're building. So when you have a strong foundation in something, you have a strong base, okay? So then you can build really well from there. And school and going to college is a really strong foundation. So I have a degree in engineering, which gave me a strong foundation in problem solving and design.
Yes, again, if you want to show that your qualifications are very relevant to the position, I have a degree in education, which gave me a strong foundation in communication and lesson planning. With the specific skills, try to mention some good skills that would be very useful for the company. That always separates you from the other candidates too. The third way you can mention your education for this answer is to say, I have a degree in, and then a field, where I learned how to, and then some specific skills or experiences relevant to the job. So if you were applying for an environmental position, I have a degree in environmental science, where I learned how to analyze data and create sustainable solutions.
And if you're in a finance interview, well, I have a degree in finance where I learned how to manage budgets and develop financial strategies. Okay, so for the next one, we are going to start talking about your past jobs. In other words, your professional roles. Now, I do want to give a quick tip here. You don't need to list every single job you've ever had, okay? That's what your resume is for. That's what your CV is for. But it would be a good idea to quickly talk about those top jobs, those really good jobs that you used to have. And let's start with the earliest job and work our way to the present, okay? So we're going to keep these what we call in chronological order, meaning in order from your earliest job to something you had in the middle to your current position. So we could start with, I began my career as a blank at blank where I did something. Okay, so we're just going to kind of keep it simple here. I began my career as a junior analyst at DataCore, where I helped prepare market research reports. So it's really quick, it's really fast, and it will kind of highlight some of your favorite jobs.
You want to keep sharing the history of your work. After that, I moved to a role as, and then the job role, at a company, could be the same company or a new one. So after that, I moved to a new role as the role at company where I, and then share another responsibility or another achievement relevant to the job. So after that, I moved to a role as a team lead at Market Pros, where I managed small projects and trained new employees.
So let's connect it to today, to now, to your most recent job. Currently, I work as a blank at blank where I do something. Now, you might think it sounds a little repetitive, But I'll be honest, when you're listing things like this is kind of the normal way that a native speaker would also. I don't think it's actually very repetitive because we're just going through and it makes it easy for the interviewer to pick out that information just given your sentence structure. So currently, I work as a project manager at BuildRight, where I oversee large-scale projects.
Yes, I think sharing your career progression in that way, especially if you show the successes and the achievements you've made along the way, will really impress interviewers as well. So the fourth thing you can mention if someone asks, tell me about yourself, is to mention your professional experience. So the experience, your experience, is all of the things you have learned over your career. It's all the different responsibilities you've been given, all the tasks that you've had to manage. All of that makes your professional experience. And then all of your professional experience will give you some skills. Another word for these skills is strengths. These can be your strengths. And we've prepared a list of strengths that you could share in an interview. One strength could be time management. One of my strengths is time management. That means I'm good at planning my time to get things done on time. I don't miss deadlines. I'm quite organized and I deliver my products or send things to my clients when they're expected. That's good time management.
Next one is leadership. So if you're in a management position, leadership would be a very good skill to have. Leadership is guiding and helping others to work together and to reach your goals.
Another strength you might have is problem solving. This is finding answers to problems or fixing things that aren't working.
And then I think for me, number one is going to be communication. Communication is sharing your ideas clearly with other people, like talking or writing.
One more skill you could have is team collaboration. That means you're good at working well with others to complete tasks together.
And I think this one's a good one too. Adaptability. We could also use flexibility. Adaptability is adjusting or changing to new things quickly and easily. So adaptability or flexibility.
So we gave you these 6 words because these will be the words that you should say in the interview because they're professional business English. So if you were in an interview, you could say, thanks to all these experiences, I think I'm really good at time management, problem solving, and communication.
Thanks to all these experiences, remember, we talked about different roles in order, we talked about our skills, and thanks to all these experiences, I've developed strengths in leadership and team collaboration.
And there's one more sentence we wanted to show you. If you really want to show off your most important skills and say something quite impressive in an interview, you could mention your most recent success. For example, in my last role, I successfully improved client satisfaction by redesigning our workflow.
In my last role, I successfully delivered a project ahead of schedule, increasing efficiency by 15%. That sounds pretty good.
Very good. When can you start?
Absolutely. So I think this is a good way to kind of tie this up in the end. And we're going to talk about what you want from this job or why you want this job. So I'm really excited about this opportunity because, and then give your reason, or I'm looking forward to this opportunity because of this reason. This really does kind of tie everything back together. You start with when you were younger. You talk about your education and your work roles and your jobs and your experience. But what's the point of doing all this? Well, I'm really excited about this because of this. So, for example, I'm really excited about this opportunity because it aligns with my passion for innovation and problem solving.
Yes, as Kat said, if you were so successful at all your other jobs, why are you here? Why do you want this job? You could say, I'm really excited about this opportunity because I admire your company's focus on sustainability. One more example, you can also share your excitement for this new job is, I'm looking forward to this opportunity because. So this is when researching the company you're applying for could be helpful because you know what the company wants to do and you can say that you're excited to join in and help them achieve that. So I'm looking forward to this opportunity because it will allow me to grow my skills in project management.
I'm looking forward to this opportunity because I can use my experience in marketing to help your company reach new audiences.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right, so that's it. We've been through all 5 steps. These are the 5 different things you can mention when someone asks, tell me about yourself. So we're going to compile this all together and give you some full example interview answers. And you'll hear all of these phrases being used. First of all, Kat will interview me and I'll give her my answer.
Hi, good morning, Mark. Welcome in. Thanks so much for joining us today. You want to start by telling us a bit about yourself?
Yes, of course, sure. Well, I've always been interested in technology and solving problems, which led me to study computer science at Greenfield University, where I focused on software development. I have a degree in computer science, which gave me a strong foundation in programming and design principles. I began my career as a junior developer at TechStart, where I worked on improving user interfaces. After that, I moved to Innovate Inc. as a project lead, where I managed a small team to create custom software for clients. And currently, I'm a lead developer at Build Better, where I oversee large-scale projects and mentor junior developers. So thanks to all these experiences, I think I've developed skills in leadership, problem solving, and time management. In my last role, I successfully delivered a project ahead of schedule, which increased consumer satisfaction by 20%. But I'm really excited about this opportunity because it aligns with my passion for creating innovative solutions. I'm looking forward to this opportunity because it will allow me to grow further and hopefully contribute to your company's success. All right. Okay. I think I did quite well on that one. So it's quite long. When you string these all together, you can create these quite long, impressive answers. I
I
thought
think
that
it
was
sounded
a
great.
good answer.
I think just kind of from start to finish, you sort of answered a lot of questions that I might have had already. And so
Mm.
introducing yourself, I can really pick the most important parts and ask a few more questions after that.
Right. Yeah. When it's chronological, it's very easy to follow from start,
It is.
middle
I,
to
I
now.
I could imagine picking up your resume and being able to kind of follow along with what you said as well. So that's really helpful.
All right. So now it's Kat's turn. I'll be the interviewer. She'll be the interviewee. Kat, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, sure, absolutely. Well, I've always been passionate about education and helping others learn. When I was younger, I really enjoyed our volunteer tutoring sessions, helping kids stay on track at school. Well, thanks to that experience, I studied business management at Riverside University, where I focused on teamwork and how to help groups work better together. I have a degree in business management, and during my studies, I learned how to create plans that make teamwork easier and more effective. So, well, let's see. I began my career as a coordinator at Growth Paths, where I helped organize projects and set up training sessions for employees. Let's see. After that, I worked as an HR specialist at Next Gen Solutions, where I created programs to help employees grow their skills. Currently, I work as an HR manager at Talent Flow, where I lead a team that creates ideas to help employees stay happy and do their best work. Thanks to all these experiences, I built really strong skills in communication, leadership, and working well with others. In my last role, I introduced a mentoring program that helped employees feel better supported, which increased satisfaction by 30%. So I'm really excited about this opportunity because it fits with my passion for helping teams succeed. I'm looking forward to using my experience to create new ideas and make a positive difference for your company.
Wow. You're hired. Now, cancel
Thank
all
you.
the other
Thank
interviews.
you.
We don't need them.
Thanks.
Yeah. Tell everyone else to go
Thank
home.
you. Hey, I got the job. I got the job. All right. Well, we hope that this really helps you ace that first step in your job interview, talking a bit about yourself in a cohesive and professional way.
Yes, and then don't forget, as a high-level listening member, you can get the PDF transcript of this interview and all this language to help you nail your next job interview as well. You can click the link in the description below to get those PDFs now.
Let us know if you enjoyed this video, and we'd love to continue making more interview videos for you to enjoy and practice your business English skills. See you soon for a brand new video every week here on High Level Listening.
Bye-bye.